Hi guys, welcome to Taking the Stage with Steph. This week I want to tackle the question, how many weeks does it take to prep for a bikini competition? So what's the answer to that? Okay, I can't really give you a straight answer, and the truth is it varies by person. It's different for everyone. If you were to Google it, you'd probably get the answer 12 weeks. If you were to look at my website, you'd probably see about 16 weeks tends to be the average, but it totally depends and varies by person. And that's because it all comes down to what your body composition is, how much body fat you have versus lean muscle mass, okay? And the rate at which you can lose it. So I want to give you a few examples. Most people can do a contest prep in 12 weeks. I would say people who currently sit at around 20, 22% body fat at the moment can probably do a 12-week contest prep and get down to stage leanness, which is around 12, 14, 15% body fat is what most women compete at, some a little bit lower than that. So in order to get there, that's a good amount of body fat to lose, but if they can lose pretty steadily, that's doable for them. Let's say we have someone who is pretty lean year round and they usually just sit at around 17, 18% body fat. They could do a short contest prep. And this reminds me of Megan, who's one of my clients that I shared her story with you guys recently. She was pretty lean when she came to me. So we did a very short condensed contest prep for her that was under 2 months because she could lose it quickly. She had already put in a lot of work on her own and she was already very lean to start with. Okay, so for her, she could do a quick one. Now let's go on the opposite end of the spectrum, someone who is sitting at 30% body fat, but they really want to compete. Someone like that is going to need a very much longer contest prep. Maybe, depends, varies by person, but let's throw out the number of like 5, 6 months long to get stage ready to lose that much body fat. Well, that's a long time to be in a caloric deficit pursuing fat loss for a show. So what they might want to do is pursue fat loss, but have a diet break every so often, like a week where they get to diet, take a little bit of a break from their diet, eat at maintenance calories, and then resume, because they have a longer road to the stage than most people. So how long does it take to prep for a bikini competition really depends on your body and how quick you can lose body fat. So it varies. The average, I would say, is 12 to 16 weeks, but for some people it's more, some it's less. With that said, most of my clients that work with me actually realize this lesson that, hey, it's actually the off season that gives me the most success when I take the stage. The contest prep itself, just leaning out, is just kind of like the final chapter of that book. The off season is when they've spent so much time and hard work building muscle, building up their shoulders and their glutes and their hamstrings, and making sure that they're eating enough protein and calories to support that muscle gain. And then when they finally start the contest prep phase or the final chapter, they're just kind of shedding that body fat off to reveal all of their hard work. So most of my competitor clients actually work with me year round in the off season, and then we just shift focus for the final few months to lean out and get them stage ready again and see how their physique has changed this year compared to last year. So when it comes to competing, that is how long the contest prep phase itself is usually 12 to 16 weeks plus or minus. But preparing for a competition is really years and years of work. It's years and years of strength training, learning your body, figuring out how to put on those curves that they want to see from you on stage and such. So it's really a multiple year process to get stage ready for most people that do well in the sport. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions, but I do have a blog post that's really helpful that answers this a little bit more in depth with more examples. So I will link to that for you guys as well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. And if you have any questions or are interested in the online coaching, you can check that out at beautifultothecore.com/coaching. See you guys next week.